against the Cowboys. Either that or holding. It's going to be against Dallas.
I think it's against Charlie Waters.
Well, Charlie didn't much care for the call as he lets the officials know about it.
Defense, illegal contact, 41. First down.
Well, Charlie hit the receiver beyond 5 yards. So that gives the Jets another first down, a 5-yard advantage. Moves it up to the 25-yard line of Dallas. 1:10 left in the half. Robinson goes up the middle to Harper. Harper at the 15 and down to the 10-yard line.
Oh, boy. Is that an exciting little man running that ball right there? They got to have the hurry-up offense right now.
Bruce Harper is 5'8", weighs 180 pounds in that area. First down. Goal to go for the Jets at the 10. Robinson, sideline throw. Intended for Gaffney. Derek Gaffney, number 81, the intended receiver. That stops the clock with 43 seconds left to play in the first half. Benny Barnes, number 31 of the Cowboys, over defending.
We've got some updates on some scores right now, too. That's Detroit's up in front of San Francisco now, 13-7. And Cleveland's still in front of Cincinnati, though, 6-3.
Second down. Jets actually could pick up a first down if they got inside the 1. Nose of the ball just outside the 10. Robinson under pressure. Sack back at the 21-yard line. Fourth trap of the day for the Cowboys. It was Mike Hageman, number 58, who was in there with an assist from Too Tall Jones, number 72.
They've got to at least get a field goal out of this.
Third down. Ball is back at the 20-yard line. Robinson completes the pass at the 20. Ball is fumbled, and let's say it's a Dallas recovery at the 15-yard line as Aaron Kyle comes up with the ball. Mickey Schuler, number 82, made the reception and then coughed it up. Schuler back up, rookie tight end from Penn State. Fighting for the ball here, and he gets popped right there.
And it pops out.
Well, not a bad day for Aaron Kyle. Plucked that one out of the air. Had an interception earlier. It never hit the ground? I don't think it did.
Never did hit the ground. It just popped right out.
25 seconds left to play in the first half. We'll have all the halftime activities, highlights, scores coming up shortly. So stay tuned. Cowboys first and 10 from their 16-yard line as Tony Dorsett carries out to the 17.
That should run the clock down to halftime.
Jets do have a timeout left. I don't know whether they'll use it. They were kind of saving that thing in hopes
for a field goal.
For a field goal. Didn't work out that way. Turnouts have been costly for the New York Jets. Time runs out here in the first half of play at Shea Stadium. First half that was all Dallas, offensively and defensively as well. Jets got field position on an interception a bit earlier and on the short punt, but they couldn't push it across. Hey, looking at Dallas, even with Danny White in there at the throttle, you got to believe they're about ready for that Super Bowl.
I think they're really prepping up, especially the defense, Frank. They've just done an outstanding job containing Matt Robinson. Wesley Walker, the number 1 pass receiver in the league, he has just been contained to the inside. The pressure has been great. They've had a number of sacks in this first half. They've got to come up with some kind of a new game plan this second half.
Cowboys have had a couple of impressive drives. One the 80-yarder, climaxed by the 7-yard touchdown run by Tony Dorsett, and then a 68-yard drive, and they got the field goal by Septien out of it. And I think you can tell a little bit difference between a defending Super Bowl champion and an experienced football team and a good, young, but nevertheless still inexperienced team.
A very young team. They've got a great coaching staff. Walt Michaels, he has a possibility of being coach of the year. He's done such a great job. They predicted them to have a 1-15 record here. They've come back and showed the people in New York what kind of a young ball club they are. They average 1.6 years of experience. They're only, I think the average age is something like 24. So, I mean, this is a young ball club. They're aggressive, and I think they've got a lot of potential coming up. They've got some great draft choices. this year. They've got 4 extra ones from what we can hear from the PR guy.
You know, Tom Landry could be Coach of the Year, I guess, every year,
Yeah.
but that award now seems to go to the guy that does the most with the least. Sort of, you know. And the guy who is successful year after year, Landry has been with the Cowboys in the playoffs 12 or 13 years. He never gets a tumble, but nevertheless, he's done another great job and has that capability of getting a team to peak at the right time. They've won 5 in a row. They win this one. They've got 6 victories in a row and then a week to rest, and really right now would appear to be the best team in the NFC.
I don't think there's any question about it. The thing that they've done is that they've come along. They've kept upgrading themselves, and they've really reached the momentum that they have to have going into these playoff games. These playoff games, each one is like a Super Bowl, and you have to go in mentally and physically prepared. Today's resting Roger Staubach. I think he could have played if he had to have played. I think it's a great move on his part. Give him that extra week off. Get him ready for the playoffs, because it's all or nothing now.
You know, motivation, you begin to wonder. Dallas really doesn't have that much to gain here. They have an outside chance at hosting the NFC Championship game if they win and the Rams lose to the Green Bay Packers. But nevertheless, the Cowboys in this first half have come out and done a very professional job, pretty well handling the Jets.
Well, they've contained him. They've contained Matt Robinson, and this guy's a good young quarterback. You know, he can wing that ball, and the conditions here are they're pretty tough. Whenever you're playing in wind, you don't know what that ball's going to do. I've been out many a time on a pass pattern when Unitas would throw it to me with these kind of wind conditions. What would happen, that ball would drop 2 feet before it'd get to you. So it's tough.
Well, we're at halftime. Cowboys lead the New York Jets by a score of 10-0. Tom, Matty, and I will be back with more halftime activities shortly.
He got one.
The preceding announcement was brought to you as a public service by the National Football League. Well, they couldn't get the Ohio State or the Texas A&M or the SMU or the University of Texas marching band, so the dog had to do. Nobody else had come out on a day that was this windy.
You could take a look at these halftime statistics, Frank, and you could see the possession time right there, 8:59 to 21:01. No comparison whatsoever. First downs, 4 to 9.
Look at that passing stat.
Passing stat, unbelievable. Matt Robinson has got to come out and generate some offense this second half. This team can do it, but they've got to do it. They're working under some pretty tough conditions with this wind factor.
Well, the Cowboys had the alternate option here in the second half and elected to go home, but they couldn't do that. So they're going to have to receive. The wind is blowing, and again, you got to look at what it's doing to one of the light towers here beyond the scoreboard at Shea Stadium. It is blowing hard. That wind comes right off Flushing Meadow and into the open end here at Shea Stadium. And it is a cold wind with the temperature in the 30s. Pat Leahy's going to need a little help here. Keep that ball on the tee to start the second half. Cowboys have Larry Brinson deep along with Butch Johnson. Brinson fields this one at the 5, back to the 15-yard line, and dropped at the 19.
Good coverage by the special team. The Jets special teams are doing a great job. They almost blocked that punt earlier in the first half when Danny White had to step up and just pop it. He missed that block that really kept them from scoring a touchdown, because I believe if it would have been blocked, it would have gone into the end zone.
Hey, how young this Jet team is. Out of 45 guys on the roster, they've got 6 players who have 3 years or more experience in the league.
Well, Walt Michaels is doing a great rebuilding program. He's got some good coaches. One of them happens to be a guy by the name of John Idzik, an old buddy of mine from Baltimore, who's the offensive coordinator, who's doing a great job for him.
Dorsett takes it out to the 22-yard line before he's stacked up by Mark Merrill, number 58. Danny White, in the first half, 8 out of 13 for 90 yards. He had 1 interception. Dorsett, 15 yards rushing and 13 carries. He's the leading rusher in the game. Robert Newhouse has made an appearance for the Cowboys. Here's an update on that Cleveland-Cincinnati game. It's at halftime. Well, talk about teams finishing fast. How about Cincinnati?
Boy, they sure have. Anderson's such a great quarterback of his own right.
Second down 7 for the Cowboys at their 22. Danny White, sideline throw. Drew Pearson pulls it in at the 31-yard line. That should be good enough for the first down.
Good throw, good play action pass right to the sideline, low into the outside.
Dallas operating against the wind.
Here he is right there. He really winds up and zings that ball. You have to in this wind.
those are not flags that you're seeing occasionally. That is debris which is flying through the air here, propelled by the wind.
Atlanta, St. Louis. Atlanta going into playoff position here if they get a chance at 7-0.
Talking about people done a great job. Eddie LeBaron putting that organization together down there. And Lehman Bennett guiding them to the playoffs this year. Danny White feeds Robert Newhouse. Newhouse seeing his first action in 4 games. Of course, suffered a fracture of a bone above his ankle, kind of in the shin area. It wasn't a serious thing, but Tom Landry wanted to get him in for maybe a quarter today to get him kind of used to the feel of things before the playoffs get underway.
You know, Frank, you've got to get back in the groove. You've got to be able to take those hits. You have to know how to fall, and this is a conditioning, part of it, because, when you're practicing, you're not getting those shots. So you have to be in the game condition, get yourself back to get ready, and this is the time that he has to get ready. The playoffs are starting.
2nd and 8. Dallas from its 34-yard line. Dorsett on the delay. Out to the 38-yard line. Cowboys need to net the 43 for the first down, so it'll be 3rd down and just under 5 needed for the first.
Here it is again right up the middle. Dorsett breaking to the outside. Look at the way he moves laterally. He's got his feet moving all the time.
Newhouse comes out of the game for the Cowboys. Officials spotted at the 38. They're having trouble keeping the ball. Official just going to have to lean on that football until the center, John Fitzgerald, comes out of the huddle and gets over it. 3rd down, let's call it 4. Needed for the first down. White back to throw it. Over the middle to Preston Pearson. First down, Dallas. As the old reliable comes through again for the Dallas Cowboys.
Here he is setting up right now. Throws back to the right side right there. Preston Pearson in the dead spot in front of that linebacker. Knows how much yardage he has to get for the first down and does it.
Cowboys 1st and 10 at their 43-yard line. Danny White has done an excellent job quarterbacking this football team this afternoon. After throwing just 10 passes all year, getting his first starting nod, and of course, really, Cowboys don't have that much motivation. You'd think they wouldn't have much motivation. They got everything clinched they need to, except that home field advantage for the championship game. Dorsett stopped at the line of scrimmage, but yet doing a very professional job on the Jets. Danny played his college football at Arizona State. Dad was an NFL player, as a matter of fact. Wilfred White with the old Bears.
We got an update on that San Francisco-Detroit game. Dexter Bussey just scored on a 1-yard run, puts Detroit out in front 20-7, and that's 41 seconds remaining in the 2nd period.
Our score, the Cowboys 10, the Jets nothing. 11 and a half minutes left in the 3rd period. Dallas 2nd and 8. Cowboys have the football at their 45. Newhouse back in the backfield, along with Dorsett. Drew Pearson in motion. Dorsett, nice block by Herb Scott, springing Dorsett beyond the 50 and out of bounds at the 46 of the Jets. That'll be very close to a first down. And that was number 68 leading the way.
Frank, that was really good hard running right here. It's just a sweep. The flanker went into motion, came back to the inside, picked the first man. Look at the cut on Dorsett makes right there off his block. Breaks a tackle, picks up the first down. Good running. He can really move well laterally.
Cowboys with another ball control drive here as they take the opening kickoff in the 2nd half. They've eaten up the first 4 minutes of the 3rd period and have a first down at the Jets 46. White over the middle to Dorsett. He's at the 40-yard line. Tony at the 36, and down he goes. Bobby Jackson, number 40, makes the pin in the Cowboy runner. That's 10 yards and right at the first down marker again. Let's see if they got it.
Again, camera coverage. It's just a delay. Right over the middle. Dorsett comes up with it, makes another good move back to the inside, tries to go back outside and is nailed right there, but he does have enough for the first down, Frank.
Ball control drive against the wind. That's what the Cowboys are operating here in the 3rd period. It's got to take a lot of starts out of the Jets because they're running off all that time, and they'll have the win in the final period. Dallas with a first down at the Jet 36. Jackie Smith, number 81, in motion. Newhouse takes the handoff. To about the 32, John Hennessy, number 63. Let's see, we had a flag. I believe we did.
Yes, we do. It's not a piece of debris.
It's either a hot dog wrapper or a flag. One. Illegal motion against the Cowboys. We'll wipe out that game.
Now we got an update on the Baltimore-Buffalo game. 2 Giants playing today down there. My hometown.
What's going to happen to that Baltimore situation? They're going to have a new coach in there or what?
I don't know. You know, there's been a lot of scuttlebutt. Even Jimmy the Greek has come out and said we're going to get George Allen, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Offense, illegal motion number 88.
I mean, you're not on the inside on that deal.
No, ever since Joe Thomas was there, we haven't been on too much of the inside anything of all the old dogs.
They don't consult you anymore. Huh?
No, they don't. They don't even call me up for my advice.
Drew Pearson in motion, 5-yard penalty, 1st and 15, Cowboys at the Jet 41-yard line. Pearson wide to the left side. Tony Hill split off to the right. Quick count play. Dorsett takes the handoff down to the 36-yard line. Pick up close to 5 on the play. Lawrence Pillars, number 76, makes the stop for the Jets. White trying to keep warm. Tom Landry's got to be happy with what he's seen here as far as his backup man to Roger Staubach, and I know all Danny White fans back in Texas have to be happy too, because this is a class young man who has not complained over the role he's had to assume. He feels he's ready to quarterback at NFL right now, but he is content at this point in his career to wait for Staubach to retire. If it happens soon, he'll be the man. No question about that.
I had that same problem. I had to play behind a guy by the name of Lenny Moore for 5 years. I couldn't do too much complaining either.
On 2nd and 11, White, bullet over the middle, caught by Drew Pearson. Nope, they're going to roll it incomplete. They're going to say he trapped it at the 22-yard line. The official who called that was actually behind Pearson, and I thought he was shielded from the ball.
The official up on the front also was giving him the no good signal on the thing. They must have. I thought it looked pretty good to me. Here it is. Let's see if we can see it from the camera angle.
Excellent protection for White. Nobody near him.
Let's see if it's a trap or it's good. I'll let everybody be the judge on that one. I'm not going to get in the middle of that.
3rd down, 11. Cowboys at the Jet 37, moving against the wind. 10 minutes, 3 seconds left in the 3rd period. From the shotgun, Danny White ready to unload. Near sideline, throw is short of the intended receiver. That's one of the few that has misfired. Butch Johnson, number 86, was the intended receiver. One of the Jets getting up slowly and limping off. That's Joe Klecko, perhaps their best pass rusher, number 73, who was shaken up on the play. Well, despite the fact the Cowboys are inside the 30 with the wind blowing as hard as it is, they will not try the field goal. And White is in to do the punting. There's Bruce Harper standing back inside his 10-yard line.
Oh, an exciting little man, I'll tell you.
You said that before, didn't you?
I sure did. I like him. I like little guys.
You just like little guys.
I like him. And I used to be big to those guys.
Harper makes the, he let it go, and it goes out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Not a bad punt by Danny White. Harper had second thoughts about it. That would have been a shoestring catch, and he had a chance of fumbling it, so he decided to let it go. And it went out of bounds to the 4. That's where the Jets will take over for the first time in the second half.
This Christmas card was sent to you by the people at Miller High Life. Merry Christmas.
Next Saturday on the CBS Sports Spectacular, the 1958 Colts and Giants celebrate the 20th anniversary of their classic sudden death championship game with touch football in Central Park. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
First and 10. New York Jets with the football at their 4-yard line after that fine punt by Danny White. Kevin Long breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage. Mark Washington, number 46, makes the stop. See, 1958. That was even before your time with the Colts, wasn't it?
That was a little bit before my time, but let me tell you, they had a great time putting that piece together up in New York when they had the touch football game. Gino Marchetti was up there, and John, the horse Amici, Artie Donovan, you had Alex Webster, Gifford, those guys. They really had a great time putting it together, had a lot of laughs, drank a lot of beer, too.
I'll bet they did. Second down, 5. Jets at their 9, trying to get out of the hole. Long trying to get outside, and this time he's trapped behind the line. And again, it was Mark Washington, number 46, who knifed through there and held him up long enough for the reinforcements to arrive.
I don't think that Mr. Long is going to have a shot at getting that 1,000 yards. We have a tight game here with Atlanta St. Louis. St. Louis coming on at the end of the season under Bud Wilkinson.
That, of course, Atlanta's in the playoffs. Now, what they're battling for essentially is the home team slot next week in the first round of the playoffs, matching the wild card teams. So Atlanta does need a victory from that standpoint. Loss of 2 on the play. It's 3rd down and 7 with the Jets back at their 7. Matt Robinson, sideline throw to Gaffney, as that time Mark Washington slipped and couldn't recover in time, and the Jets will have a first down at the 17-yard line.
They're few and far between, but here he is setting up from back in the pocket right there. Matt Robinson hanging in there. Watch him with the follow-through. Really have to follow through. Perfect throw to the sideline. Gets both those feet in bounds. Gets the first down.
Robinson led the Southeastern Conference in passing as a sophomore, but didn't play that much as a junior and a senior as the team went to the Beer, more run-oriented offense. There's a safety blitz on, and problem with the exchange, obviously. Mix-up by the Jets, and Robinson couldn't get things going, and he was dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Brunig 53, Ed Jones 50, or the 72.
It's supposed to be a handoff. I just think the back blew the play. I think it was supposed to be a handoff to the left side. There goes the official's hat again over here.
I'll tell you, when you really know it's windy is when Tom Landry loses his hat. And that hasn't happened yet. Second down, 15.
Not bad, not bad.
I've never seen that happen, as a matter of fact.
He's prim and proper.
On 2nd and 15. Durkee gets it out to the 15-yard line. There's Landry. I don't know. Maybe he's got glue on that thing today. I don't know what's holding it down, because that wind is really blowing.
He and Hank Stram. That's a little inside.
A little inside, yes.
You know, you're talking about Scott Durkin carrying the ball right there. This kid is really a young. He came out of Purdue. He's 5'10", 215. He's had a great year this year.
Clark Gaines now comes into the backfield for the Jets, number 21. Gaines, their leading rusher last year. 3rd down. Jets need 13 for the first down. They're back at their own 15-yard line. 7:25 left in the 3rd period. Again, Robinson under pressure is buried inside the 10-yard line as he goes down at the 7, and Mike Hagman, who's been really all over the place, gets another quarterback sack.
This is what the quarterback is looking at from the line right there. You can see the linebackers lining up to the inside. The games are going on. The pressure is really putting on. Linebacker coming from the left corner over there grabs him.
Well, Randy White has to be credited with at least half a sack in there, too, because he arrived at the same time. So that's the 5th quarterback sack for the Cowboys. Oh, it is cold, isn't it? Chuck Ramsey, 8 yards deep in the end zone. Now, he's got the wind at his back.
Shaking his head, too, I'll tell you.
He just did get it out as the Cowboys put on a big rush. It's out of bounds at the 35-yard line of the Jets. And that's where Dallas will take over with 6 minutes and 53 seconds left in the 3rd period here at Shea Stadium.
I bought the family's first pinto because I liked its look.
It looked like a good buy.
But I took Mom's pinto to college.
So we bought another pinto.
And I took that to college.
So we bought 2 pinto wagons.
His and hers.
Now we're a 4 pinto family.
Join the Pinto family, over 2 million strong and growing. The 79 Pinto. Compare. It may be the best small car buy in America.
We're a 4 pinto family now, but it's just a matter of time.
All right.
Hey, let's go play fireman. I've got a new fire helmet and fire engine. You I'll show the siren. Let's go.
Radio Shack's fire engine can be set for 6 different driving patterns with these easy-to-change cams.
Get ready, here it comes.
Set truck to go straight, in a circle, rectangle, oval, figure 8, even zigzag.
Stop the truck. Pull up the ladder.
Radio Shack fire engine and helmet sold separately. Comes with everything you see here. Batteries not included.
That is right, as a matter of fact. The Cowboys have the football. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line of the New York Jets after that short punt by Ramsey. Dallas leading 10-0. We have not had a score here in the second half of play. Danny White has gone all the way at quarterback. Sends Jackie Smith in motion, gives it to Dorsett. And Dorsett is down to the 32-yard line. Pickup of 3, Joe Pellegrini, number 77, on the stop.
Mr. Pearson comes in for Mr. Dorsett. Preston Pearson, a basketball player. This guy does it all. He never had any football experience whatsoever when he first came to Baltimore. He made great adjustments. He led the league that year with us in kickoff returns. Just a super ball player, a real team player.
You were just happy to get off the kickoff return.
Exactly,
of course, they put you in the wedge after they took you off the receiving end of it, huh? 2nd down, 6. Cowboys at the 31-yard line of the Jets. Nice fake to Newhouse. Danny White underthrows the intended receiver. He had Drew Pearson all alone in the end zone. Preston Pearson was down short, but Drew was 10 yards behind. That thing kind of dropped between the two of them.
That's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to isolate the halfback on linebacker coverage. And you can see Preston coming out of the backfield right here on number 59, breaking out to the outside on a fly pattern, and then it's just a man-on-man, linebacker on halfback. It's what we used to call the old arrow takeoff. How do you like that for having a great memory, huh?
That's great.
Only played for 20 years a game.
3rd down. Cowboys need 6 for the 1st down at the Jets' 31-yard line. 6 minutes, 5 seconds left in the 3rd period. Danny White from the shotgun. Blitz is on by the Jets. Dorsett, the intended receiver, and we get a flag thrown. Suggs, I believe, Al Schroy was back to number 48, and he and Suggs may have interfered with Dorsett at about the 20-yard line. Let's see. He's going to go against New York.
I thought they had it. He did hit him prior to the ball going up. That was a good call by the officials. Here you'll be able to see it right here. That ball's doing tricks even as it's coming back.
Number 40, 1st down.
Left-hand corner of your screen here, you'll be able to see Randy White. Danny White throwing the ball. Watch Troy come on up, pushes him right there, which you're not allowed to do. Another angle of it right here again. You can see the push from behind on Dorsett.
And that, of course, is an automatic 1st down as we return to live action. Cowboys have the football at the Jet 21-yard line. There's the book on Danny White so far. Pretty good afternoon under very trying windy conditions. Dorsett trying the left side, gets inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line. Dorsett is slowly but surely moving up on another 100-yard rushing day. Joe Pellegrini making the stop. He'll give Tony 85 for the afternoon. Officials mark the ball at the 17-yard line. 2nd down, 6.
That's a pretty good day's work. Just 22 rushes alone.
What's your high carry in a single game?
I think I had 27 once. That was the highest. But we were sort of more of a passing team.
That yards or carries. Newhouse inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line.
You know how to hurt a guy, Frank.
That must have been the day where all the quarterbacks were out, huh?
That's right.
They had to run the ball that much. Not quite enough for the 1st down for the Cowboys. Be 3rd down. They need a yard for the 1st down at the 12. This Dallas offense, last 5 games, and they got things going really in the second half of the Miami game, a game in which they lost. Last 5 games, they have averaged 398 yards total offense per game. And where they've really turned it around is in the turnover department. 5 games ago, they were minus 13 in turnovers, and now they are minus 2. So they've been plus 11 in the last 5 games as Danny White comes over during the timeout for a word with Tom Landry.
These are 2 of today's newest razors. The one on the right is the Norelco rechargeable rotary razor. This one has 2 blades and pivots up and down. The Norelco 36 rotary blades and 3 adjustable floating heads in a unique shaving angle. Both give you a close shave, but the Norelco lets you walk away from soap and water and just maybe a little surprise. Gotcha. The Norelco rechargeable rotary razor. No nicks, no cuts, no gotcha.
We'd like you to meet State Farm car insurance agent Mike Little, State Farm homeowners agent, State Farm life agent, and State Farm health agent Mike Little.
When it comes to family insurance, your State Farm agent is one agent who does the work of 4. And that makes things a lot easier for you. Just one agent to tell your needs to. Just one agent to call when you need help.
And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
See the Mr. Universe competition on the new look CBS Sports Spectacular for $79. Plus the Acapulco Cliff Divers and more. You'll say you saw it on CBS Sports.
Now, were you in the cliff diving, or were you in the Mr. Universe
I was in the
competition?
Mr. Universe
I see,
competition.
okay.
You know that.
Time back in. 3rd down. Cowboys need a yard for the 1st down. They're at the New York Jets' 12-yard line. 4:40 left in the 3rd period. White motioning Jackie Smith to get to the other side. Newhouse gets the call and will be close for the 1st down at the 11-yard line.
You know, there's an opportunity where the Jets could have jumped off sides again on it, because once you have your hands under that center, he cannot bring them out. That's a movement. And they could have called that a motion, and if they jumped off sides on that, it would have been a 5-yard penalty.
That's going to be close enough for measurement. I don't know why White called that timeout. Apparently, he wanted to argue with Tom Landry about the play. What do you think?
I don't know. I think they had Preston Pearson went in. I think 2 of the backs came out, so I don't think we had enough guys in there. They got it.
1st down for the Cowboys at the Jet 11. Last time the Jets were shut out was against Philadelphia in the last game of last year. They were beaten 27-0. They trail here 10-0.
And my boys down in Baltimore are having a tough time with Buffalo at 7-7. Dennis Johnson scored on a 2-yard run. I also got an update on that Saints-Tampa game. New Orleans on top with 10-3 right now. Chuck Muncie just scored on a 21-yard run. Archie Manning's having a great year down there.
White feeding Tony Dorsett, cuts back inside the 10-yard line. Dorsett reaches the 6 before all is said and done. Carrying several Jet tacklers with him. Where Suggs, number 23, made the stop.
You can see how the defensive back looks at the action on the line of scrimmage right here. Just a trap play off tackle right there. Dorsett cuts back up to the inside. Good hit. Put that head down. Again, here's that New Orleans Tampa score. New Orleans 10, Tampa 3, 3rd period.
Dorsett has 91 yards rushing and 23 carries. Cowboys have to get inside the 1 to pick up a 1st down. They're at the Jet 6. White giving to Dorsett. We get flags. It is really hard to tell when they throw that flag up in the air if it's a flag or a hot dog wrapper or what it is. Really something. That takes it down to the 2-yard line, but let's see what the penalty is going to be. Illegal motion against Dallas.
I think the Jets might accept that one, put them right back.
Cowboys have been penalized more this afternoon than they have in their recent games. They've done very well in that particular department. Their last 2 games, they've had a total of 4 penalties prior to today. There's Ben Dright, the referee, walking off 5 yards. And let's see who the culprit was this time.
Offense, illegal formation. Number 70.
Must have been in the backfield.
That's Rafael Wright, number 70, who apparently thought he was Robert Newhouse.
That Cincinnati game's getting out of hand right now. They're leading Cleveland 24-6.
Penalty moves the ball back to the 11-yard line. 2nd down. Cowboys need 10 for the 1st down. They have to get to the 1 to pick up the 1st. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left in the 3rd period. Dallas has been operating against the wind this entire period. They'll have the wind in the final quarter. Pass intended for Dorsett is short of the mark. Can't tell if somebody got a piece of that or not.
Either that or the wind got it.
That's right. Cowboys backup quarterback today since Roger Staubach is not playing is Glenn Carano, a second-year man out of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. I could tell before the game, you could tell when Staubach was not going to play because he came out wearing a sweatshirt underneath his jersey. And I've seen him in games where the temperature's been 10 or 15, and he always goes with the short sleeves.
Short sleeve shirt.
Third down, 10 from the 11-yard line. Danny White, good protection. Over the middle, wide open is Butch Johnson, and Johnson is down to the 1-yard line.
I think he's got enough for the first down.
They needed to get to the 1 to pick up the first down. Let's see where they mark the ball. There we got a flag. Flag thrown in the end zone. There's Ben Dryth, the referee. I don't know what that means.
That's all I know is first down.
All right.
Cut. Illegal formation, first down.
Did he say illegal
formation?
Well, that would. I don't know how you could have an illegal defensive formation.
I don't either. That's a good one.
First and goal to go. Cowboys at the 1-yard line, leading 10-0 here in the third period.
Dorsett.
Wide with the handoff to Robert Newhouse, who plows into the end zone for the touchdown. Well, it's been a while for Newhouse. He scored as many touchdowns in the first 12 games of the season as he scored in the 3 previous seasons combined.
There he is, right up there. Just a quick trap up to the inside. A little sucker play. Watch that guard pull out with Dorsett. Guard coming back to the inside. That's what they call the old sucker.
Dallas 16, the Jets nothing. And Rafael Septien to try the extra point. Victory today would give the Cowboys a 12-4 record and back-to-back 12 victory seasons. That's good, but just barely. I got over the bar by about 2 yards. So Dallas with a fine drive, consuming a lot of time here in the third period, leading the Jets 17-0.
This Christmas card was sent to you by the people at Miller High Life. Merry Christmas.
Wherever you may roam, you'll find us near your home.
Oh, hi, it's me again, posting and pasting more posters. This time it's for the first annual Delco battery sale. AC Delco is making it possible for you to buy a Freedom battery at a special sale price.
Thanks, Delco.
Wherever you see this poster, look for it in your...
Darnell Powell is deep, along with Bruce Harper, as Septien kicks it off. Harper at the 10. And they work the reverse as they give it to Schroy. Schroy is at the 20-yard line, up to the 25. I think we got a flag. Schroy returns it to the 44-yard line. Let's see if we had a marker or not.
I think it might have been a piece of paper again.
Take a look at it.
Here you go. This is the handoff. Coming around the backside. Watch the block right here up in the corner, your left corner up here. He really gets boom.
Nose of the ball is just inside the Jet 45-yard line as we come to live action. Jets trailing 17-0. And Matt Robinson's going to have to go upstairs and does. Nice tip at the last moment by Mark Washington, who tipped it out of the arms of Derek Gaffney.
That was a great defensive play. Just tips it. That's a good throw by Matt Robinson, right in the dead spot of the zone. You can see him dropping it right in between.
Robinson is now 4 out of 15 in the afternoon. He's gained 35 yards passing, has thrown 1 interception. 2nd and 10. Jets at their 44-yard line. Cowboy defense doing a lot of stunning. Sideline throw. It was Gaffney, the intended receiver. The ball, Gaffney, and Washington all arrived at the same spot at the same time.
Almost took his head off, too. Thrown behind. You got to throw him to the outside, low to the outside.
The Jets, again, keep in mind, have the wind with them here in the 3rd period, so they're going to do something. It would perhaps behoove them to put points on the board in this period, because they're going to have their work cut out in the last quarter. Robinson over the middle. Aaron Kyle stepped in front of Wesley Walker, the intended receiver, and may have got just a piece of that, enough to throw off Walker's concentration. You know, Walker's an interesting case, and he's got that cataract problem where he is legally blind in one eye.
I'll tell you what, if he's blind in one eye, he sure is catching that ball.
Not that time. Well, Kyle got a piece of it. He did tip it, which makes it a little bit tough.
Got an update on that Atlanta-St. Louis game, and the way Atlanta got back into the ball game was a 100-yard kickoff return by Dennis Pearson.
Ramsey to do the punting, standing on the 30-yard line. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left to play in the 3rd period. Cowboys leading 17-0. Big rush. Got it away. Johnson lets it bounce at the 25. And will roll dead at the 22-yard line. Some of the officials want a roughing the punter call, but they're not getting it. And that's the reason for the boos you're hearing in the background. Cincinnati over Cleveland in the 3rd.
We also have an update on that San Francisco-Detroit game. Detroit just recovered a fumble, ran it back 64 yards for a touchdown. That puts them out in front 27-7 over San Francisco.
Boy, they were impressive against Minnesota, weren't they?
They
That
sure
Saturday
were.
game?
They've got a pretty good coach up there, too.
1st and 10. Joe Thomas doesn't think so. 1st and 10. There's the man who could be the NFL Coach of the Year, or should at least be the NFC Coach of the Year.
That's right.
I would imagine it's between he and Dick Vermeil of the Eagles.
Vermeil's done a good job. 2 good coaches.
Walt Michaels. Robert Newhouse on the carry out to the 26-yard line. Cowboys content here probably to keep it on the ground and let the clock run out in the 3rd period. You know, 6 years ago, a lot of people thought this man should have been named head coach of the Jets. When Weeb Eubank retired, they decided to bring in Charlie Winter and then Lou Holtz, and he went to Philadelphia and was an assistant on Mike McCormick's staff, and of course came back last year and has done just a great job.
He sure has.
He's tough.
He is. He's a tough man. His brother played with me, old Lou.
Dorsett stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Not the only reason the Jet fans have had to cheer this afternoon is an occasional fine defensive play, such as that one by Lawrence Pillars, number 76, and Larry Keller, number 56. Young Jets defensive unit stopping Dorsett for a loss. That's 24 carries now for Dorsett. He is back to 90 yards on the afternoon.
I
Had a good year, though.
I think the fans here have a lot to look forward to next year with this Jet team. It's young, it's aggressive, and as you said, they've got a great coaching staff. So I think that they're going to, they knocked off some big people this year, and they're only anticipating to win 1 out of 15.
Shotgun, 3rd and 7. Billy Joe Dupree makes the catch at the 40-yard line, loses the football, picked up by Dorsett. He will score. No one will catch him. You talk about the ball bouncing right for you. When you're winning, everything goes right. And the fumble by Dorsett bounced right into the hands of Tony Dorsett, who took it in for the touchdown. 54 yards.
Here it is. Look at this camera work. Great shot. You can see the reception. Dupree goes up, makes a great reception here. Makes a recovery, gets a shot right here. The ball pops out. Now watch how the ball bounces. You're talking about things going wrong for the Jets today. Right up in Dorsett's hands, and he just continues right on down the field. You're not going to catch him.
Dorsett's 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Cowboys have assumed a commanding 23-0 lead with the extra point try to come. There's TD. It is funny, though, like they say, when you're winning, man, that ball is always bouncing right for you. Last week against Philadelphia, there were 8 fumbles in that game, and Dallas recovered 7 of them. Snap is fumbled by Charlie Waters. And the extra point try goes awry. Cowboys don't seem too concerned about it at this point with 49 seconds left to play in the third period and leading the Jets 23-0.
You can just see that here again right now. Watch what happens. Great camera coverage right now. Up, grabs the ball, makes a good reception, keeps his balance, drives, tackle made, ball pops out. Watch where it bounces.
That was Dupree's first reception of the day, and he, for the first time, is getting some All-Pro mention this year. He's had a great year, caught 9 touchdown passes himself, and there's not even a wide receiver in the league that can top that mark. But the Cowboys in excellent shape at this particular point, leading 23-0. And we'll have the wind at their back for the final period coming up.
I think the fans are starting to clear out a little bit after that one. This wind is forcing them home a little bit early.
CBS Sports Spectacular. Don't forget it next Saturday, that touch football game between the 1958 New York Giants and the Baltimore Colts. A lot of the greats who participated in that game. Gifford, Pat Summerall, Bruce Harper out to the 25 to the 30-yard line. Harper is down at the 33. Well, let's see. The Jets last week against Cleveland were 27-10 at the end of the third period. They were down by 17, and they scored 24 points in the final period of play. But I would not make book on that happening against the Cowboy defense. In addition to the touch football game, we have some other things for you on the CBS Sports Spectacular. The World's Strongest Men competition and some World Cup skiing. All coming your way on the CBS Sports Spectacular next Saturday afternoon. Matt Robinson delivers over the middle. Gaffney with the catch at the 50. Mark Washington with the stop at the 45 of Dallas. 25 seconds and counting left in the third quarter.
Matt Robinson sets up again. The pressure, steps to the outside. Beautiful throw. Gaffney wide open, coming across the middle, picks up the first down.
Gaffney's another guy, came out of nowhere. He was a receiver at Florida, played behind Wes Chandler, who was one of the top guys picked in the draft by the Saints. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. I don't think they'll get it off. There's the whistle and the gun signifying the end of the quarter. That's the end of the third period with the score. The Cowboys 23, the Jets nothing. We now pause for a word from your local station.
Tuesday, the millionaire returns.
This is a cashier's check for $1 million. Tax-free.
The all-new Millionaire on the CBS Tuesday night movie.
This is CBS.
Sunday in a one-hour special, All in the Family. The Binders go to California for Christmas, but the heat outside can't match the heat between Gloria and Michael.
Sooner or later, they're going to find out that we're separated.
I've been seeing another man.
It's a Christmas of surprises in the special All in the Family. Sunday at 8/7 Central and Mountain.
That's the back of Roger Staubach, which is as much as you're going to see of him. New Orleans, Tampa Bay, 10-10. Here's Matt Robinson going for the bomb. Overthrows the intended receiver, Derek Gaffney, number 81. Through 3 periods, Dallas has 265 yards total offense. The Jets have 64. So great job on the Cowboy defense. And
against a doggone good offense.
Yeah.
These guys have been moving the ball all around the league all year long.
2nd and 10. Jets at the 45-yard line of Dallas. Cowboys go with their prevent. Randy Hughes is in there, so is Hageman. Larry Bethea is now at a defensive end, and David Stalls at defensive tackle as Randy White and Harvey Martin are being rescued. Bruce Harper, who's in there running back, looking for an opening. Inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line.
I'll tell you, this little guy, he just stayed behind all those big guys and picked up all he could on it. Watch him coming across. It's just a sweep to the right side. Harper coming across, following his guards.
Guy leading the way, number 66, Randy Rasmussen.
Not a bad guy. He's been around a few years,
too. He played in that Super Bowl, as I recall.
Well, the one that, I don't want to talk about that one. That was one of my best games I ever played in my whole life, and Joe and the boys put it to us.
That's right. 3rd down. Jets need a yard for the 1st down at the 36-yard line of Dallas. And I believe they got it. 1st downs have been few and far between. Kevin Long, the Jets' leading rusher on that carry, picking up the 1st at the Dallas 34-yard line. Jets moving against the wind. Long, 2nd-year man who has put together one of the Jets' best rushing years. I think one thing Dallas has done is held Wesley Walker in tow.
That's right, they sure have. We got an update on a Cincinnati game. Cleveland has just kicked a 19-yard field goal by Don Cockcroft. So it's 24-16. That's going into 3rd period still.
Robinson with a fake to Durking over the middle. And Walker, who's had his problems, that's about 3 he's dropped, really. He's having a tough time. Hands might be a little cold.
I don't like to make excuses. They're supposed to be worn. You can't drop them. They're in his hands. You got to catch it. One of the things that I used to hate to do, Frank, was when I came back to that huddle after dropping one like this, boy, Mr. Unitas, he didn't like it too much. He'd let you know. He'd let you know.
Really?
Oh, boy. He'd say, hey, kid. Catch that ball. I ain't going to throw it to you.
2nd and 10 from the Cowboy 34. Robinson, sideline throw. Henderson had it, dropped it.
Had it twice.
All right, let's see if Henderson goes through his act now here. Here's Thomas. Getting up a little slow. Sulking a bit. Should have had it. Must have been the gloves.
Must have been the gloves. He's taking them off. There he goes right now. Here's Matt setting up, throwing right out to the outside. Steps up, throws that ball, but watch. Steps right up in front. Got 1 chance. 2 chances.
That's all you get.
That's all you get. 3, you're out.
3rd and 10. Jets at the Dallas 34-yard line. With the wind blowing against them, they're probably out of field goal range here. Robinson, that's what Walker hangs on to, gets inside the 15-yard line and goes out of bounds at the 11. It'll be a 1st down for the Jets at the 11-yard line of the Dallas Cowboys.
Here's Matt setting up. Watch Wesley Walker on the left-hand part of your screen when he makes the reception. Let's see if he stays in bounds or the official's right. He just gets that ball off. Breaks back to the outside.
Only
Good
a
catch.
2nd catch of the day.
Here he goes down the sideline. That's a foot race. I wouldn't want to have to race this man. Oh, there he is right there.
Aaron Kyle diving. Knocks him out of bounds, but the Jets have the 1st down at the Dallas 11. Harper to the 9, and then he is shoved back. Larry Bethea, number 76, leading the defensive charge. St. Louis has jumped in front of the Falcons.
Yeah, Mr. Hart hit Pat Tilley on a 26-yard pass. It's the end of the 2nd period. It's 21-14.
Our score, Cowboys 23, Jets nothing.
But the Jets are knocking. Down there, they got to score.
2nd down. They need 8 for the 1st down. Ball is at the 9-yard line. Matt Robinson over the middle, touchdown. Bob Brunig trying to stay with Jerome Barkum, number 83, the tight end. And Barkum makes a fine catch for the Jets touchdown.
He sure does. Here's Matt Robinson setting up, looking straight down the middle, steps up inside the pocket, just gets the ball off. Barkum makes a great catch.
Brunig just didn't turn around to take a look-see soon enough. There was a penalty on the play against Dallas, which is declined.
Maybe they're going to have that 24-point period.
They started off pretty good. Touchdown in the first 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Pat Leahy on to try the extra point. That's good. Well, they get that 24 points here in the final period. They could win this game. Who knows? 12 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in the contest. Cowboys 23, Jets 7.
Polaroid's one step, simplest camera in the world. You don't even worry about batteries.
Lifetime battery?
No, they don't put a battery in it.
It doesn't need one.
Of course it needs one.
So far, your camera won't work.
The battery's built into the film pack. You get fresh power every time you load. Only Polaroid has it. You get this brilliant color in minutes.
Pretty, but I don't see a battery.
It's not in the film, it's in the film pack.
I don't think you know where it is.
Get a one step.
For those parents who realize that $600 isn't too much to spend to expand their child's world, Radio Shack has the perfect gift. TRS-80 computer, the most significant investment a parent can make. Programs for your child's education or your business, finance, and home use. Let your children discover tomorrow's technology today. The TRS-80, the biggest name in little computers. Only at Radio Shack, a Tandy company.
That's the story here at Shea Stadium. The time remaining 12 minutes and 40 seconds. Cowboys and the New York Jets. A little bit early, I guess, to try for an onside kick. Cowboys don't expect one. They have their normal complement up at the 45-yard line. I'll tell you, the sun has disappeared now for the afternoon. It's really going to get cold. Well, he squib kicks it down the middle. Butch Johnson at the 15, 20. And Johnson is by number 89, Bobby Jones, rookie wide receiver. For the Jets, Dallas have put it in play at the 24-yard line.
These special teams for the Jets are doing a great job today. They're containing some pretty good returners. There's what you call football position and dump them back.
Dallas now with the wind at its back in the final period of play.
Take a look what that official has to do. He's got to keep it between his feet so it don't roll away.
Dorsett and Robert Newhouse still in the backfield. Tony Dorsett, 25, 30, up to the 33-yard line. A pickup of 8 yards on that play. Saints ahead of Tampa Bay in the fourth period. That's down in Tampa.
Archie Manning hit on a 1-yard pass to Henry Childs.
You know, he's had a great year. We've had several of the Saints games, and I think he's had a sensational year, and he certainly deserves to be the one of the NFC quarterbacks in the Pro Bowl.
I did too. The game that we did down there a couple weeks, about 3-4 weeks ago, New Orleans-Atlanta game, he just played a phenomenal game. Atlanta came out and beat him, though, last minute, last second.
Second down, 1. Newhouse tripped up behind the line, breaks a tackle, and did not get enough for the first down. A lot of these folks sticking around to see if the Jets can indeed make a comeback here in the final period of play. Third down now. We could have a little change in momentum. There's Newhouse limping off the field a bit. Maybe that foot's starting to bothering him. Greeted by Ken Locker, one of the Cowboy trainers.
See if we get a chance here to see where he got hit. Boom. He got hit right on that leg.
There, yeah, that right shin area. Third down, still a yard needed for the first down. Cowboys at their 34. Dorsett has the first down and some change as he takes it to the 40-yard line. Cowboys keep the drive going and keep the clock moving. Mark Merrill, number 58, making the stop.
That's got to put him over the 100-yard mark right with that carry.
1:05 for Tony Dorsett on 26 carries. There's the time remaining in the football game. Dallas leading 23-7. This would be the Cowboys' 6th straight victory, and I would have to believe they are ready to head into the playoffs. Robert Steele, number 82, rookie wide receiver, has come into the ball game for Dallas on this series of downs. He's flanked off to the left side. Danny White gives to Laidlaw. Laidlaw to the 44. Pick up a 4 to be second down and 6 on the play. looks like he may be shaken up a little bit.
He's been out of the game off and on all day. And I think that's why they put Newhouse in there. He's been hurting a little bit all day.
Now, this is where you really don't want to lose anybody. In the last quarter of a meaningless game, you're ahead by 16 points.
No chances.
Second down. Dallas needs 6 for the first down. Larry Brinson, number 36, has come into the backfield for the Cowboys, coupled with Dorsett. Here's Tony. Caught at the line of scrimmage and pushed back. Klecko, number 73, and Taylor, number 38, on the stop.
The one thing that you don't want to do as a player in a game like this is to let up, though. This is when you can get hurt. You've got to run, you got to play, you got to play at 100% all the time out there. And if you let up one time, you're in trouble.
Hey, you know, Tom Landry is getting cold. He's getting to everybody. Of course, Lou Michaels came out pretty well bundled up.
Oh, he knows that. You know, he's played in that Cleveland stadium. He knows what kind of a stadium this is.
I knew I'd call him Lou sooner or later. Walt Michaels.
I got you started on that.
Third down and 6. Passing situation. White from the shotgun. Trying to set up the screen to Dorsett. Completes the pass, and Dorsett is torn down at the 45-yard line, about at the line of scrimmage. So the Cowboys are going to have to punt it.
Here's an ISO on Dorsett right now. Let's see what he does as far as trying to hide this screen. What he's supposed to do is come back in. What he's doing. Hit somebody. Boom. He should have hit that linebacker, then slid to the outside.
Merrill picked it up pretty quick, number 58.
They sure did. You think these guys aren't strong?
Fourth down. Cowboys need 5 for the first down. Danny White punting with the wind. Standing on his 30-yard line. Harper watches it sail over his head, bounces at about the 1-yard line and on into the end zone. And the Jets will put it in play at the 20, following the touchback. 7 minutes, 58 seconds left to play in the football game at a very frigid Shea Stadium in New York. We'll be back in just a moment.
Ford introduces a new wagon for the American road. The all-new LTD Country Squire for $79. A new wagon with more driver convenience, more handling ease, more window area, and more passenger room than last year's Country Squire.
This land is your land. This land is my land.
The all-new Ford LTD Country Squire for $79. See it at your Ford dealer now.
Used to be when I had a job to do around the house, it was one-on-one. Me against the house. And since the house was much bigger, I usually lost. Well, I've just changed all that with my new Black & Decker Workmate. It'll hold just about anything I want to work on, from a door to a pipe to a 200-pound dresser. In fact, my Workmate is so good at helping me work, I'm giving it Sunday off.
Workmate's available from about $45.
See the best in boxing every week on the new look CBS Sports Spectacular starting January 6th. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
Frank Lieber along with Tom Matty, Shea Stadium in New York. As you can see, the lights have been turned on. Jets have the football, 1st and 10 at their 20-yard line, moving against the wind. Here in the final period, trailing 23-7 with 7:58 left to play in the game. Matt Robinson at quarterback. Back to throw it over the middle. Completes the pass to Gaffney. First down, Jets at the 35. They're coming back.
Gaffney makes a great reception. Ball's thrown behind him. You can see from the ground camera right here. Matt Robinson sets up. Watch where the ball is thrown. Watch how Gaffney comes from the back with a one-handed catch. Brings it in. Great reception. First down.
Cliff Harris making the stop for the Cowboys. It's a first down for the Jets at the 36.
Here's another angle of it again. Watch how he goes behind with the one arm. Knocks it down to the other one. Good
Again,
reception.
Robinson back to throw. Sideline toss this time is intercepted by Charlie Waters. Waters makes the interception at the 42-yard line. And Dallas gets the football back. That's a big interception for Charlie Waters. It is the 33rd of his career, which breaks a tie with Leroy Jordan, moving Waters into sole possession of 3rd place on the all-time Cowboy interception list.
We
could tell you that Pioneer's PL518 probably offers today's best value in a direct drive turntable. We could tell you its tone arm rides on 10 times the conventional number of ball bearings for smoother track, or that its direct drive motor all but eliminates wow and flutter. But nothing we tell you will be as convincing as this. Pioneer, we bring it back alive.
Hawaii has many faces, all calling to you. Come, paddle my quiet lagoons, discover my miles of endless beach.
Come walk across my volcanoes, explore my mysterious caverns, come play in my tropical wonderland.
Come, fly my airline to Hawaii. United, we built the largest airline in the free world.
Cowboys 23 and the Jets 7. Robinson has just thrown his second interception of the afternoon. He's 8 out of 25 for 102 yards. Cincinnati putting it on the Browns in the fourth period.
Mr. Anderson just had a 3-yard run to put him up in front, 31-16 over Cleveland.
Cowboys are down to their third fullback. Larry Brinson is in there replacing Scott Laidlaw, who was replaced by Robert Newhouse, and both were shaken up in the game. I don't know how bad it is. That's Brinson getting the call down to the 39-yard line. Brinson is out of the University of Florida, played football with Derek Gaffney down there, was cut by the Cowboys earlier this year, and then when they needed a running back after the season got underway, they called him back. Picked up 4 on that play. It'll be second down 6. Danny White, 14 out of 23, 147 yards, 1 interception. A very, very fine afternoon under very adverse conditions. Cowboys are at the 39 of the Jets. Dorsett, 30, down to the 25-yard line.
Boy, he's exciting.
I think he's going after that 191 yards between he and Walter Payton this afternoon. He may make a run at it.
He's trying. He breaks one long when he's in there. He's up over 115 yards right now.
As we mentioned earlier, he would need 191 yards rushing to surpass, or actually tie, Walter Payton as the NFC's leading rusher after Payton got 90 yesterday against the Bears. And Dorsett right now has 118 yards rushing. First and 10 at the 25. Brinson to about the 21-yard line.
Got an update on that Cardinals score. They're putting it to Atlanta right now. Jim Hart just went in on a 2-yard run. They're in front now, 28-14, with 7:07 left in the second period.
One interesting thing now is you can start figuring out your favorite NFL team's schedule for next year, because it's pretty much predicated on how the standings finish. And we can tell you what the Cowboys and the Jets are going to do as soon as we have an opportunity here. Second down 6 from the 22 of New York. Brinson to the 20-yard line. The way things stand right now, in addition to their regular divisional foes next year, Dallas would face Pittsburgh, Cleveland, San Francisco, and either Minnesota or Green Bay on the road. And the Cowboy regular season home games next year would include, in addition to the division foes, Houston, Cincinnati, Los Angeles, and the fourth place finisher in the Central, which would be either Chicago, Detroit, or Green Bay. Third down, Dallas needs 5 for the first down at the 20-yard line. We'll give you the Jets here in a moment. Statistics and Danny White on the afternoon. Shotgun formation. Billy Joe Dupree out wide to the right side. Butch Johnson is flanked to the left, almost over his head. Big rush, gets it away. Dorsett at the 15 and out of bounds at the 12-yard line. First down, Dallas. Catches the ball pretty good too, doesn't he?
He does it all. Here he's coming out of the backfield. Watch Dorsett right now. Isolated camera, puts a move on a linebacker, breaks to the outside. Defensive back, they had a pass defense in there.
Chasing him down is Burgess Owens, number 22. The free safety.
I even corrected myself.
Did you?
I said it was a linebacker coverage, but it was Burgess Owens, number 22 there. Good move by Dorsett, good hands.
First down at the 11. Dallas knocking on the door once again. Tony Dorsett to the 10, down to the 7-yard line. As far as the Jets schedule next year for you Jet fans, we can tell you that they will be at home against either Green Bay or Minnesota. They'll be home against Chicago. They'll have the Browns in here. Then take on the second-place team in the AFC West, and their away games next year will include out-of-conference games, or other division games, Detroit, Houston, either Green Bay or Minnesota, and the third-place finisher in the AFC West. So their schedule is still a little bit undetermined, depending on the results today. Second down, Cowboys at the 8-yard line of the Jets. They could pick up another first down if they get inside the 1. Brinson inside the 5. Brinson is over. Touchdown.
Great run.
So Larry Brinson with a big spike.
And that really puts the frosting on the cake.
Well, Jets have their bags packed. I think they're ready to leave after the...
I think they'd like to leave right now. We got 3:38 remaining in this ball game.
That sends a few folks to the exits. Larry Brinson scoring for the Dallas Cowboys.
Give that offensive line credit. That's one group of guys that's doing a great job today. They don't get all the credit in the world most of the time because the backs are always getting it, and I know that. Let me tell you, the backs give them credit.
Septien successful on the extra point try, which makes it a 30-7 game. Cowboys leading with 3 minutes and 38 seconds left to play in the game. So, Dallas with things very much in control here at blustery Shea Stadium in New York City. And Tom Matty and I will return right after this.
When you need to rent a truck for company business or yourself, call Hertz and rent the exact truck you need at a price that can save you money. Hertz has been adding even more new trucks, and that means more reliable trucks, from Econoline vans up to giant tractors. You name it, Hertz rents it. And if you're moving, do it yourself with the easy-to-drive Hertz truck and save. So when you need a Ford or other reliable truck, make Hertz your #1 call. There's a location near you.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special.
Merry Christmas. Second, you guys, where do you think you're going? Merry Christmas.
So tonight, let it be low and brown.
It's been a good year. It sure has.
Tonight.
Here's to good
Let it be low and brown.
Tuesday, the millionaire returns.
This is a cashier's check for $1 million. Tax-free.
The all-new Millionaire on the CBS Tuesday night movie.
Septien ready to kick off with 3:38 left to play. That'll show you what that wind will do for you. About 10 yards out of the end zone, that's all. Almost up into the stands.
That's 65, 75, 85 yards. I'd like to have that for a record for a field goal.
That touchdown by Larry Brinson a moment ago, his second of the year. You might recall he had a 39-yard run against the Redskins on Thanksgiving. Now that's what you call your die-hard Jet fan.
I don't know if I can handle it out there. It's cold enough up there.
1st and 10. Matt Robinson, 8 out of 25, 102 yards. Kevin Long out to the 30-yard line and close to the first down.
I'd like to see Kevin Long break one for a long one here so he gets over that 1,000-yard mark. He's not having too good a day today. That Dallas defense has really contained him. They've done a great job, an outstanding job. They've really come in here, played great. You can see that line right here, the charge.
A lot of second stringers in there now for the Cowboys. Bruce Hunter, the middle linebacker, gets plowed under. Number 57, Dennis Thurman, number 32, another Cowboy rookie, making the stop. Well, it'll be tough to play catch-up, handed the ball off. Dirking out to the 33-yard line.
Got the first down.
Got the first down.
Got some updates on scores here. Detroit 27, San Francisco 14. And also the New York-Philly game. The Phillies putting it to them, scored another on an 8-yard interception by Frank Linesta, return for a TD, so they're winning right now 20-3.
A lot of rumblings that the coaching staff of the Giants will depart soon. That was over everybody's head. In fact, some of the rumblings up here in New York today, one of the rumors in the New York paper had Dan Reeves, the Cowboys offensive coordinator, as a possible candidate for the New York Giants head coaching job.
Well, they've offered Dan a couple of them around the country. I think Atlanta was looking at Danny Reeves when that job was open before Lehman Bennett took it over, and has done a great job down there.
Rams talked to him before they hired George Allen. Probably wish they would have talked to him a lot longer.
That cost my old boss, Mr. Rosenblum, a few.
Robinson gets the pass away. Henderson all over the intended receiver, who is Kevin Long, number 33. Long has 40 yards rushing. He needed 86 coming into this game to become only the second runner in Jet history to hit 1,000. 2 minutes and 18 seconds. The wind is blowing. I mean, again, we've had gusts up to 45 miles per hour here, and I'd say a steady breeze of 25 to 30.
Yes.
And temperatures in the 30s.
And the wind chill factor is way down here, brother.
3rd and 10. Intercepted. Thurman. As the pass was intended for Wesley Walker, the Cowboys pull off their 3rd pass interception of the day. There's the rookie, Dennis Thurman, from Southern Cal, being congratulated by his teammates.
And here you can see the quarterback setting up in the pocket, looking to his left side. Walker breaking to the outside right there, slipped a little bit. The ball was completely overthrown.
Cowboys with a first down at the 38-yard line of the Jets. Another angle. Looked like Thurman was the only guy open, as they say, right? Brinson up the middle. Cowboys, of course, have next weekend off as divisional champions, so they'll have 2 weeks to prepare for their first playoff game, which will be Saturday afternoon, December 30th at Texas Stadium. And right now, they don't know who they're going to play. Tom Landry was predicting earlier this week that he thought it would eventually be Atlanta. So we'll have to see how that comes out. 2-minute warning to both benches. We'll be back shortly.
Kathy, what are you doing in the dark?
Waiting for Santa.
Ho, ho, ho.
I wonder what he'll bring me.
Well, have you been a good little girl?
Person. Good little person.
Hey, person. Merry Christmas.
Oh,
Make a dream come true this Christmas from Christmas Dreams Diamond Collection 79.
It's time to fall in love again with a beautiful new breed of Mustangs from Ford. Mustang 2-door with its striking new aerodynamic line. Mustang 3-door with dramatic sports car styling and the spirit to take you where you want to go. And Mustang Ghia with the proud look and elegance of a thoroughbred. The beautiful new breed of Mustangs for $79. Capture one for yourself and fall in love again at your Ford dealer now.
Frank Lieber with Tom Matte back at Shea Stadium in New York. Tom has left us and is heading down to the field. If our game ends a little bit early, we'll have a chance to talk to some of the victorious Cowboys. We'll see how he can withstand the wind down in the field, as it is really breezy down there. 2 minutes left to play. Statistically, Tony Dorsett, 29 carries, 121 yards on the afternoon. Danny White, 15 out of 24, 156 yards. Has done an excellent job. Cowboys have finally moved into the plus area in the turnover department for the year. They're now +1 after being -13 as recently as 5 games ago. Dorsett has played the entire ball game with the exception of 1 or 2 plays. That's Brinson to about the 30-yard line. Glenn Carano has come into the ball game on this last series of downs for the Cowboys. If memory serves me correctly, this would be Carano's first appearance in a regular season game in a Cowboy uniform. He was on the team last year, didn't play, and didn't suit up for most games. And he has not seen any action this year. 1 minute, 30 seconds. Third down, 3. Cowboys at the 31-yard line of the Jets. Maybe some other statistical notes as we go along here. Carano handing off to Brinson, who carries several Jets with him to the 25-yard line. Robinson 8 out of 28 for 102 yards, 3 interceptions. So you can see the job the Cowboy defense did on him. In the receiving department, been pretty much Dorsett's day. 5 catches for 27 yards. There's Glenn Carano, number 2 draft choice of the Cowboys a couple of years ago. University of Nevada, Las Vegas. Ball is at the 26-yard line of the Jets. First down for the Cowboys. I'll guarantee you nobody's going to call timeout here. Brinson picking up good yardage again, takes it down to the 20-yard line. And that will probably be the last play of the football game. So the Cowboys will wind up 12-4 on the season. The Jets will wind up 8-8, still their most successful year since 1969. And promise of a bright future. And Dallas seems tuned and ready to go into the NFL playoffs and defend their Super Bowl championship as the 1978 NFL regular season has come to a close at windy Shea Stadium in New York. The final score, the Dallas Cowboys 30 and the New York Jets 7. And we'll be back with more from Shea in 1 minute.
A guy I know tells me this Sunbeam adjustable groomer razor is the greatest shaver ever made. Well, I say, so what? I'm a blade man. He says, try it and you won't be. He's right.
Here's how Sunbeam's groomer razor works. 12 stainless steel blades cut at 8,000 strokes a minute through the thinnest shaving head you can get. Stands whiskers up and shears them off, at or below the skin line.
You a blade guy? Try this. It may be the last time you use a blade.
Daddy, how do you spell North Pole?
There's one time of year that's always special, the holidays.
Think I have too many things on my list, Dad?
If extra cash can make your holiday extra special, see Beneficial. At this expensive time of year, we want to lend you the full amount you have in mind.
Why does Santa bring me presents, Daddy?
Because he loves you very much. See Beneficial. Give your family a holiday to remember.
Beneficial. You're good for more.
Cowboys 30 and the Jets 7. Tom Addy is somewhere down there, and we'll get to him very shortly, but a very impressive win by the Dallas Cowboys as they wrap up another great regular season. 12 victories against 4 defeats. They win an Eastern Division title and are in the playoffs, of course, 12 out of the last 13 years, and that is a record that is unmatched in all of professional football. Danny White, just an excellent job under very adverse conditions, as we said, with the wind blowing, with gusts up to 45 miles per hour here at Shea Stadium this afternoon. White did a superb job quarterbacking the Cowboys, wound up with 15 pass completions and 24 tries for 161 yards, and the issue never seemed to be in doubt as the Cowboys led at halftime by a score of 10-0. Tom Addy is down there somewhere. Where are you, Tom?
I'm down here someplace is right. I don't know if we're going to be able to get any type of interview going right now, Frank, but we're going to have some fun trying it anyway. The crowd down here is pretty rough. The crowd is a pretty rough crowd right now, so if we can get some interviews with some of the Cowboys we want to. Randy White, who's had a great year this year. I hope he's going to be able to come back. So we'll see what happens if we can get up there, all right?
All right, good enough, Tom. We'll stand by here. And joining us here in our booth is Tex Schramm, the president and general manager of the Dallas Cowboys. For a team that had nothing to play for today, I would say the Cowboys, you're not cold, are you, Tex?
No, I'm not cold. It's been a very pleasant day.
Sure it has.
No, I'm very, very pleased because this is the way you should finish the season. I'm glad that we've won 6 straight games to close it out. We should go into the playoffs with the proper momentum. And I'm just couldn't be happier with the way they played today because they played with a lot of enthusiasm. It was a time that they could have gone out and just gone through the motions, but they didn't. And that's the mark of a team that has a lot of ambition.
White impressed me. For a guy's thrown only 10 passes this year, with the wind blowing as it did, he ran that team, and he looked like, you know, he was really the boss out there.
Well, he has a lot of poise. I think that's one of the things that's going to mark his future, is that he has a great deal of presence of mind. He's intelligent. He knows how to utilize his football players. He knows how to utilize his runners and his backs, and he's a very, very much more experienced than his playing time would indicate.
We saw Laidlaw go out, and we also saw Robert Newhouse go out. We never got any word that, was there anything to speak of? Or?
No, I don't, not from what we've learned down there. I think that they just took them out just not to risk any further injuries, particularly since the other ones were playing well. We didn't have any halfbacks. We had to leave Tony Dorsett in till the very end. But I think that we're going to be just about 100% healthy for the playoffs, and that's the way you want to be.
29 carries for 121 yards for Dorsett. Pretty good way to finish up the season.
Well, I'll tell you, I thought he was going to bust one 2 or 3 times. It looked like he was just a trip or a hand away. He's going to be a real asset to this football team for many years, because, you know, he gets that tough yardage as well as getting the long ones.
Isn't it strange, though, as we were remarking up here, the way when you're winning, everything seems to work right, and even on Dupree's reception, he fumbles the ball in one hop right to Dorsett.
Well, we were talking, you know, at the first half of the season, when things weren't going so well and everybody was saying, what's wrong with the Cowboys? Well, at that period, it seems that when you're not playing well, the ball does bounce the wrong way for you. It doesn't bounce right, and the last half of the season, things were bouncing, and this was a good example of it. I thought Danny White did 2 or 3 things that were unbelievable when he should have had a punt blocked and held it and got it away, and when the ball went over his head and he pulled that play out, he almost got caught for a safety. He's just got real, as I said, great presence of mind.
One statistic I know you have to be proud of. This, of course, is the Cowboys' 20th game, counting 6 exhibitions, and I don't know if they keep records on this, but you may be the first pro football team to ever sell out all 20 games, both at home and away. That's one that can't be topped anyway.
No, I think that is kind of unusual. We're trying to check if there are any statistics that show that, and but we're very proud of it, because it means that it's easy to sell out your home games, but when you sell out all of the road games, particularly even during preseason, that means that there's a lot of folks around the country that like you.
Well, when you have a dynasty, Tex.
I'm not going to say that word. You said that word.
If you get to the Super Bowl, win it again this year, I mean, the way things have gone this season?
Well, if we can follow through and do what we should do in the playoffs, I'll reserve what I say.
Thank you very much, Tex.
Okay, back live in New York. We were delaying for just a moment so we could hook up with the Jets and the Dallas Cowboy audience. And, of course, all those Cowboy fans were listening to Tex Schramm, who was praising his franchise. And look at the final score. 30-7 with Danny White at quarterback. Those of you who watched the game, you realize that White pulled one superb play on a punt when he got into trouble and finally got it off under pressure. Now let's check the rest of the scores around the league for everybody. 17-10, New Orleans leading Tampa Bay in the 4th quarter. Doug Williams has returned, was injured again, but now is back playing for the Buccaneers. Philadelphia needs a win here and a loss out on the West Coast to get into the playoffs. They're doing their part, 23. They are going to beat the New York Giants. 20-3, the count right there. San Francisco has lost 2 quarterbacks today. Freddie Solomon is quarterbacking the 49ers. He has been hit once for a loss of 23 yards on a scramble, but he has also scored 1 touchdown for them. And the big count being run up by Cincinnati, 48-16. In the 4th quarter, Homer Rice, no doubt, is going to stick right there with the Bengals. Paul Brown won't make a change after the way they've closed out. 28-14 in the 3rd. Big surprise there. And as Irv Cross reported earlier, Jim Hart has never lost to the Falcons, and he is keeping that record intact. Final is just in 17-10, New Orleans over Tampa Bay. That's a final, 17-10, New Orleans. This is a 3rd quarter score. Buffalo and Chuck Knox leading Baltimore by a score of 14-7. And that's all of the games that are underway right now. We do have some highlights, and we'll get to those as the NFL Today continues on CBS in just a moment.
Down in Texas, we have a saying. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. So when you see this little Black & Decker 5.5-inch circular saw in your store, don't be fooled. It's smaller and lighter than other saws, so you can handle it easily. But inside, it's pure teeth. The 5.5er from Black & Decker. Small, light, and very tough.
You want all the samples in Seattle by tomorrow? Or the deal is off?
Relax. Just relax. It'll be on your desk in the morning. Toledo? Sure. Overnight? Sure. Tomorrow? Sure.
Absolute. Positively. Promise them anything.
You bet.
Then call Federal Express.
No problem.
Federal Express.
Also, the crowd that has been watching Tampa Bay against New Orleans. Let's check in on some highlights right now. Let's start with the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Jets. The wind was gusting out at Shea Stadium this afternoon. Tony Dorsett scored the first touchdown for the Cowboys, weaving his way up the middle, 7-0 on the extra point. Now, Irv, here's Aaron Kyle on a key defensive play.
What a big afternoon he had. That's the second key play he made in the first half. He had an interception, and that one, of course, is a fumble recovery.
Now, Danny White hitting Butch Johnson right here.
You know, the Cowboys are so darn deep. When everybody heard they weren't going to start some of their starters, they felt, well, maybe they'd take a day off. Not so. Look at this guy.
Robert Newhouse returns from that slightly fractured leg, obviously. Danny White now looking for Billy Joe Dupree. On the fumble, it was picked up right there by Dorsett, who went all the way for the touchdown. Matt Robinson, the man who replaced the injured Richard Todd. Here he is coming out, looking for Jerome Barkum for the score, and the Cowboys go on to win it easily by a score of 30-7. All right, we've got New Orleans and Tampa Bay, and the Saints improving this year under Dick Nolan. So did the Buccaneers. Then, of course, they suffered the misfortune of losing their quarterback, Doug Williams. Here now is Archie Manning looking right straight down the field to Childs, who was hit hard but holds on. From the 22, it was Chuck Muncie who was scoring the go-ahead touchdown. At that time, it was 10-3. Now Manning pulling straight back, and this pass will be intercepted by Dave Lewis. And Lewis of the Buccaneers will take it inside the 20. Now on the next play, George Ragsdale ran it to the Saints' 7-yard line. 4th and goal, and he's looking for Giles, and he's got him for the score. And here is Manning, who's going to the Pro Bowl in the LA Coliseum this year, behind Roger Staubach and the NFC quarterbacks. Touchdown pass to Henry Childs. Now, Irv, we've got the Giants in Philadelphia, and I guess your man Montgomery really started out good. Why don't you handle this one?
Wilbert Montgomery had a big day. He is now the Philadelphia Eagles' all-time leading ground gainer, and there he is right now, number 31 from Abilene Christian. This guy scored 76 touchdowns in college, and he knows how to get in the end zone. With that run, he set an all-time Eagle rushing record. Here he goes off his right guard for a touchdown, and the Eagles take a 6-0 lead. They missed the extra point. Jaworski goes up high to Harold Carmichael on an old alley-oop type pass. Remember, he's 6'8". Nobody can get it but Harold, and he comes down with it. A big play for the Eagles, putting him in scoring position on that drive. The Giants getting the ball, fake a punt here. Dave Jennings throwing the ball outside to Brian Kelly. He's hit, fumbles it. And of course, Jennings had to recover the ball for the Giants. It was not the Giants' day. Frank LeMaster picking this pass off, setting up an Eagles scoring opportunity. The score at that point was 20-3, and the Philadelphia Eagles went on to win that ball game and are still alive for the playoffs.
Irv, San Francisco and Detroit, and the story here is Freddie Solomon. He's been forced to play quarterback for the 49ers. They have lost 2 quarterbacks to injuries this afternoon. Let's check in. Here now is Steve DeBerg and Jack Steptoe wide open. It was 7-3 49ers. But DeBerg was lost because of a knee injury. Gary Danielson, taking advantage of a fumble, gave it to Dexter Bussey. It was 13-7 Lions. Pass interference in the end zone on this sequence gave the Lions 1st and goal, and they scored from there. Here's Freddie Solomon at quarterback. And, of course, he came out of college as a quarterback before he was shifted to outside receiver by Don Shula. There is the pass now to number 85, Paul Seal. who is wrapped up. And the one thing all of you know that Solomon can do is run. And here he is. Going in for the touchdown. But they're behind 30-14 right now. And, of course, the key game for the Atlanta Falcons, all they have to do is win to wrap up the home field for the playoffs. But wouldn't you know it, they ran into a buzzsaw this afternoon in St. Louis. Here is Jimmy Hart going to Steve. Down to the 12-yard line, it was first down. Hart looking for Al Chandler. Chandler pulling away for the score. It was 14-7 Cardinals. Then on the kickoff, Dennis Pearson, the 5th-round draft choice, came right up the middle, got to the outside, broke a tackle, and went 100 yards for the touchdown that tied the score at 14. But the Cardinals came right back. 2 quick touchdowns, put them back in command. Here is Hart on the keeper, getting to the corner, and he was able to score. And as you know, we have come to the end of our regular season coverage, and of course I want to thank all of the folks behind the scenes who help out here in New York. Without them, we couldn't get it done. From down in the hole where they bring you all those marvelous videotape highlights to into our control room. I don't know if our mini is in there right now. We can take a shot of them as we go by, but maybe we've got it up here in the clouds taking the blimp shot for us. You never know where our cameras are. From Jane and Irv and Jimmy the Greek, we want to thank our crew in particular. We'll see you at halftime. Have a nice afternoon, everybody. I'm Brent Musburger in New York.
The NFL on CBS. Today's game is sponsored by Ford and your Ford dealer, who invite you to see and test drive the all-new LTD and Mustang. Light beer, everything you always wanted in a beer, and less. Alcoa, producer of energy-saving aluminum. And by Sylvania, makers of Superset Color TV and a complete line of home entertainment products. Stay tuned as the NFL Today continues after this word from your local station.